If helping young children learn interests you, becoming an elementary school teacher might be a good move for you. Elementary school teachers teach children ranging in age from 4 to 12 years. They identify children's learning needs, then plan and deliver instruction based on those needs. We asked an elementary school teacher to help us learn more about this important occupation.
My name is Mathew Neal. I'm an elementary teacher at Sherwood Elementary. I teach a grade 3-4 split class as well as Spanish. My job as an elementary school teacher is to teach children aged 5 to 11, that's grades kindergarten through grade 6, all of the core subjects and other options such as art, gym, any languages through the course of 1 year. On a typical day, I'll arrive at school anywhere between 7:45 and 5 after 8. I'll do some preparation work until about 8:25 when the bell rings. I'll pick up my students from the door and lead them to the classroom. Students start the day off with some silent reading, and then we'll move on to a writing activity based on a lesson from that day or the day before. The writing usually takes up till recess time. The kids go outside and they come back in and we'll work on some math and science or maybe social. Things can change from day to day based on their schedule. All of those things involve lecture work at the front of the class, some individual student work, and some group work. After lunch, students have various classes from music to gym, and they can be taught by myself or another teacher based on just the school schedule. Preparation work usually involves taking a look at the curriculum. That's the government mandated topics that we need to teach the kids at whatever grade level they are. We need to look at that and balance it with looking at whatever resources we have in the classroom and combining the two to come up with a quality lesson to teach the kids. That is involved in every subject area. There's a curriculum for anything from art to language arts to mathematics. So we need to be very well versed in the curriculum before we can know what we have to teach the kids. To keep learning fun and interesting, I try to take as many real-world examples as I can to bring into the kids' world. And if that involves bringing in a rock from a well site that I found, or a chunk of coal that I dug up, or just doing a science experiment inside the classroom with sand and water, I try to do as much of that as I can. I enjoy teaching gym because I think physical activity is so important for all children. Not all of them get as much as they need, but at least here, when they're with me, we can make sure that they get at least half an hour every day of physical activity. And it's a fun way to see the kids in a different light. It's not the same thing, paper and pencil learning or looking at the board or even working in groups. It's something fun, it's active, and kids can come out of their shell a little bit. The education needed to be an elementary teacher is a 4-year education degree from a university institution. Students can either focus on elementary or secondary education. That involves taking a series of courses specific to those subject areas. But as an elementary school teacher, I can actually teach anywhere from kindergarten up to grade 12 in the province of Alberta. Later on in life, I might decide to be a vice principal or a principal, or I might be involved in curriculum development, deciding what kinds of things we teach students and how we teach them.
When hiring an elementary school teacher, I need somebody who is energized and motivated to make sure that they make a difference with the kids that they're going to be working with every single day. It's not just about teaching the content. It's teaching about the world that exists out there. How are we inspiring them to become active learners in their environment?
As an elementary teacher, some of the tools that I use every day are anything from a whiteboard marker, a whiteboard, a projector, my computer, any books I might use to look up information. I also have access to smartboard technologies. The personality traits one would find in a good elementary teacher are someone who is caring, fun, funny, firm with discipline, but also compassionate to students' needs, as well as someone who can just be silly sometimes. I'm particularly pleased with the type of work-life balance being an elementary teacher allows me. The beautiful thing about being an elementary teacher is that whenever the students are off, I am off, and that allows me to have time with my family, with my wife, with my 2 children. My wife is also a teacher, so we have a similar schedule. That allows us to spend a lot of time together, which is the most important thing in our family. The most satisfying aspect of my job as an elementary teacher is seeing the light bulb go on in a child's eyes, hearing them tell me, I get it, I understand. I didn't know I knew this stuff as well as I did. I think all teachers experience something similar in their first year of teaching. I think we've all found that it's about 70% on-the-job learning and 30% university training. But we have a great group of teachers to help us learn and grow on the job. The most challenging thing as a teacher is to meet every student's need at whatever skill level they're at, while keeping all other students engaged and interested, because not all students come with the same basket of skills to each year. So I'm finding I need to take students from one end and the other and keep them all going up at the same time. If I were to meet somebody who said they wanted to be a teacher, I would tell them to ask themselves if they are patient, if they love children, and if they had a dedication to being a lifelong learner. If the answer to those things are yes, then they'll make a great teacher. I love being an elementary teacher. I think it's great. I love working with kids. I love it.
To become an elementary school teacher, you'll need a Bachelor of Education degree, which requires at least 4 years of post-secondary study. If the occupation of elementary school teacher interests you, there's more information available, including educational requirements and salary ranges, in the occupational profiles on ALICE. You may also be interested in the related occupations of early childhood educator, educational assistant, or special needs teacher. Learn more on the ALICE website and make the most of your future. Visit us at alice.alberta.ca.